Welcome back to Fired Up Garage. Today we're back on the 72 Bronco project. I got my buddy Jack here. Jack goes to church with me. He's also an expert in these small block Fords. He's got a small block Mustang that makes what, 810
at the tire.
810 rear wheel horsepower. So he is the guy that we need today. We're going to be swapping out the heads. We had those 289 heads on it and just kept having more and more problems with them. And Jack said, hey, I got an extra set of heads sitting on the shelf from one of the Mustang builds. Do you want to have those? So we took them in the machine shop, got them all worked. So today we're pulling the old heads, going to put the new ones back on, and pretty soon get this thing fired up.
Oh, look at you, man. You're thinking. This header freeze good. I wait before I make this one off. It's already free, so yeah, that shouldn't be any hold that on. Fight with him a little bit. He's a young man's strength.
Oh,
it's got some coolant.
So Jack, you want to tell us a little bit about these pistons we found?
Well, from what I can tell, they look like they're going to be forged. They're dished and they have built-in valve reliefs. Top and bottom, which means they're designed to go on either side of the motor. And so I suspect they're not original Ford pistons. My guess is they're aftermarket. Don't know whose they are yet. We're not going to pull the motor down that far, so we won't be able to get at the part numbers and things like that. But maybe at the top we'll see some stampings and be able to tell for sure. So if we find some numbers, we'll look them up. And if not, we're rolling with it. We're going to send it. Essentially what's going to happen though is we're going to end up, some will get in the motor. So, you know, once you get it running, we'll run the motor for 20 minutes and then do an oil change on it.
Yeah.
You realize you're going to be a terrible influence for all the kids. That's all they ever want to do. Make videos and...
Oh man, when they found out that I have a YouTube channel that has like 50,000 views on a video, they were like,
imagine.
You're like the coolest old person we know.
That's right, yeah. Old person, yeah. So like Velcros, like you can see all these lines, right?
Yeah.
On this side they don't have them, but if you put it on right, on the front, on this side it's this way.
Yeah.
But if you do the same thing on this side, it's this way.
Huh.
Just crazy. Velcro's the same way, they all do it. See that one?
Sure. All right, so we're just back from some great Greek food for lunch. We took a little break in the midst, but now we've got, everything's all clean. And we've got the head gasket sitting there. And so we're gonna start putting the heads back on. Gonna have it all back together today, probably. We're gonna be firing this thing up soon. So we got the heads on, fresh back from the machine shop, and they're looking beautiful. Jack's putting some nuclear anti-seize on over here.
That's right, nuclear grade, nickel based. You never have a problem with these bolts coming out.
Why'd you switch over from Chevys to Fords?
So, when I was driving my Monte Carlo around, I was in the Navy, I was up in New Hampshire. It's 1984. And my brother was also in the Navy, and he was stationed up there. And I had my Monte Carlo, and it was a 355. I had put a Muncie 4-speed in it. I mean, the car was cool. So my brother calls me up one day. He said, hey man, I got a new car. You want to come see it? I'm like, yeah. So I drive it over. It's got a fire engine red Mustang GT.
Oh yeah?
And realized in 1984, that was the fastest car that year, production car.
Yeah.
So he takes me for a ride in it, and he scares the crap out of me because the thing's so fast. And it was only 175 horsepower.
Wow.
But it was fast. I'm like, this is great.
Was it just gears and stuff, or how? Why were they so fast?
Torque.
Yeah.
175 horsepower, but 280 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow.
And so it'd throw you back in your seat.
Yeah.
Any gear, right? I realized this is coming right out of the gas crunch.
Yeah.
So as soon as I went for right now, I was hooked. I'm like, that's it, gotta get one.
So we wrapped up a long day, really great day. We got those heads installed, and we were hoping to get it all back together, but what we found was we weren't quite sure of the push rod length. We knew the Mustang push rods wouldn't work because they were supposed to work with roller lifters, which this block didn't have. So we thought maybe the Bronco push rods would work. They ended up being a little bit too short. Those were 6.825, I believe. Too short. So we went and picked up this push rod length checker from one of the local speed shops. It's really great to throw it in there. You can adjust it, and then when you get done adjusting it and finding the proper length, then you can measure this out and order the push rods. So we found out that the push rods actually needed to be 7.0 right on, and so we located those, ordered those, and those will be coming in pretty soon. So we're just kind of waiting on that, but the heads are on, looking good. The engine's looking great. Got a bunch of great parts going on. Also, while I was picking up this, Jack went ahead and threw in the igniter, electronic ignition converter. We're using the stock distributor, but we got rid of the points and condenser and everything with this. So it's going to be great. Next time we get together, Jack's coming back over in a week or two. We're going to throw it on, and we're going to be pretty close at that point firing it up. We'll see. Hopefully we can fire it up and maybe even take it around the block that day. Doesn't have any brakes, but you know, for the first drive, it might be fun anyways. So keep watching. Thanks for checking it out. Subscribe if you want to see this thing running when we get there. And if you got any comments, questions, thoughts, any of that kind of stuff, throw them down there in the comments. Thanks for being here. Fired Up Garage.